Hi everyone, welcome to Data Server. My name is Taiwo. Our tutorial today, as shown on the screen, is to demonstrate Power BI technique for building a report from a large data set of more than 2 million records. This method provides extremely fast automation for working with large data sets. As highlighted in this particular, import 2 million rows in 3 minutes. The VBA procedure can import more than 2 million records in just 3 minutes, and this is super fast compared to the last manual method. The last manual method is the part 1, and we demonstrated the possibility of using append function that you don't require any VBA knowledge, and is very good for data analysis beginner. And you can now advance to this particular part 2, which is going to be require you to understand VBA coding. So, and also take note, if you look at the part 1, you will see that you have manual process at the left bottom of the page, while in this particular part 2 we have auto process, and the screen demonstration of the icon is different. So let me take you to our topic of the day in this tutorial. So this is what we're going to be covering for today as follows: collating Excel file in Bash, creating access form and adding VBA code, load Power BI template, import Microsoft Access table to Power BI report, refresh Power BI report. Also, as I said earlier on, this is just demonstration of this limitation of Microsoft Excel, be it Microsoft Excel 2007, 10, 13, 16, 2019 or 2024. Also, Microsoft Excel Office 365. The maximum row that you can use for your Power BI report is 1,048,576. As you can see, this is it. So before we go further, let me show you our Excel file, and let me load our folder to show you. It's loading. As you can see, this is what we're going to be using. This is the hour 9. We are going to be using UK postcode region, which comprise of East Midland, East of England, London, Northwest, North East, Southeast, Southwest, West Midland, Yorkshire. And let me show you one of the first one, which is East Midland, for you to be able to see the data set we have. And it's the same thing for all of them. We have 9 columns in each of these 5. So we have starting from num list, postcode, latitude, longitude, district, ward, district code, country, constituency, introduced date, but we shorten it as introduced, and region. And you can see in this particular one, which is the one of the 5, we have 165,896. Basically, if you are using Excel as a beginner, it's very rare for you to use any record, to work with record that's more than millions. But the more you advance, you'll be rest assured you're going to use dealing with record running to millions. So this is what you need to understand. So let me take you to another step, the next slide, to show you the data breakdown. So as you can see, this cluster column chart shows our data breakdown, and the appropriate way to see it is as follows based on what I read earlier on. So our region for East Midland cover 165,896 equate to what I show you, and the east of England 239,638 as follow, and the last one Yorkshire is about 212,176. The total record equates to 2,160,974. So Excel cannot accommodate this if you are calling your report data from Microsoft Excel. So we have to use Microsoft Access to achieve this. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So let me show you the next thing to take note of. So this is what we aim to have. We have a blank already designed template, which is going to be blank when we load it, but this is already screen capture. We are looking to see this kind of particular screenshot after we finish. And let's go and load our Microsoft Access application. Then we show you how to do it. So this is our Microsoft Access application, and we're going to start to. The first thing to do, this is our Microsoft application. In our initial part one, we already show you how to design table from scratch. So we already have the table. We're not going to be doing that for now. So let me just show you the table, and make sure if you are doing this, you remember the total column we have is 11, and it must equate to your data in Microsoft Excel. So this is our table, and the table name as well must equate to our VBA code. This is what we need to know. I'm going to close this table. Close. So the next thing to do is to create my form, and to create form, I have to click create, click blank form, and I have to go to design mode. The right hand side at the bottom, you click this is design mode. You can see, and what we need to do to the design mode, before we go further, we want to save our form, and we're going to give our form import form name. That's the name we're going to name our form. And to save our form, you can just click Ctrl S, then you give our form a name, import form. And the next thing to do, click form design. Remember that it's supposed to be on design mode, so you click button, then you alight. The button automatically give you wizard. You click cancel because this is a customized section. We're not going to be using wizard. So also note this layout is for Microsoft 2024, but the same thing applied to Office 365, 2019, 2021, all the way to 2016. But if you are using 2010, you're going to see design, then you can get your button from there. So it's two methods I need to do. First and foremost, I need to open the property for my form. I will double click now. The property for my form will open. That's my property for my form. But you can see command 0, but this is going to be what the user will see, and I'm going to give it a name that makes sense to anybody that wants to use this form. So I'm going to call it auto import Excel file, and I will increase the size by going to home. You will see the font. I'm going to choose some bold font, increase it to say about 18, so it's legible. So that's it. So at the back end, there's two options that you can make sure you decide to add to this button for clicking events. So we have on click or double click, but in this scenario we're going to use on click. And to use on click, before we go further to do on click, I have to change the name. You can say the default name is command 0. I'm going to give it a name that when I'm looking, if you have many VBA code, I can easily identify. I'm going to give it command import Excel file. This is the name of my command button. So that's it. And I'll come to event. I will click drop down and select event procedure. Then I will click the 3 eclipses. The 3 eclipses will show me this, will automatically pop up with this on the screen. And the next thing to do is to add my code. And my code is already typed just because of time. I'm just going to explain that code to you. I'm going to paste my code. For those of you that understand VBA code, you can understand, but at the end of this section, I'm going to add it to the description link, a link file link that you can download this particular code. So the first section is a variable declaration section, which is from this side. All this dimension is the dim for variable to declare the variable, so to make the code. And this particular one is just additional that I just decided to add in order to time the execution of the code. So this is the timer declaration section, and the next section is the destination access table name. This is very crucial that if you are using this code, if I add it to the description link as a file, make sure if you want to use it, you change this postcode table to your one, because you can see this is a postcode and it must be the same thing. That's what you need to change. That's the only thing you need to do. So basically, the next one is a folder pick binding section that will enable you to declare the folder. The dir will just be able to go and capture your file in your folder. And also this section, furthermore, extension loading process section, this will justify to select the file type you want. You can select SLSX or SLSM or SLS. So this is the section. And the last section, which is this one, is the timer execution section, which is the last section. So that's it. All I need to do is to save my VBA code and I will close it. As it's done, then I will come here. You will see form view, then you click form view. So if I click form view, before I go for that, I show you error. Let me show you where I'm going to get my file from, the Excel file. We're going to be loading our Excel file from this folder, D drive, delete data folder, Excel all. This is where all the file is. So we are going to go to this and load our data. So all I need to do is to click. So when we click, you remember is a blank, we have blank data in this. Before I do that, let me show you again. You see no folder selected, and let me show you we have blank, so we cannot close it. So then we click, and also let me show you our BI before I do the operation of importing, so that you can rest assured that it's a blank. You can see our Power BI is blank, nothing is in our Power BI. You can see. So if I click refresh, let's just see it. It's still going to show blank, nothing will see evaluating, and it's calling the table name from the Microsoft Access, so nothing was going to happen. So let's see. So then I will minimize and I will continue with the Microsoft Access just to show you to understand how to do it. So in part one, I already show you all you need to do if you want to get your Microsoft Access table to Power BI. You click get data, click more, then you go to it's loading, you go to Microsoft Access, click connect. But I'm not going to do it because I've already connected. Then this is my data set, large data set. Then if I click it, it's going to show me my table, but I'm going to click cancel. That's what you need to do to bring your, because you can see I just add some few information. This is what I just added. All this is like a new measure that I added the counts, the district counts, and also the region count. These are all the only measure added to this Power BI report. So I'm going to go back to our Microsoft Access, then I will import. So for me to import, so these are, then all I need to do, click auto import button. Remember, we have to navigate to our D drive, delete data, and Excel all. Then that's it. Then we click OK. As I told you, it's now importing. And let me just fast forward. Then I will show you the time. So it's still loading. I think it's a bit because of the system configuration. It's a bit a minute more than expected. As you can see, this takes about 3 minutes 58 seconds, which is not too bad for 2 million records. Now let's close this and check our postcode table. So this is our postcode table successfully loaded. How many records do we have? We have 2 million, as you can see. We have 2,160,174. Let's close it. It's automatically saved. There's no need for you to save. Then we're going to go to our Power BI. Then we're going to, all we need to do is just to click refresh. This is our Power BI. Remember, it's still blank. When we click refresh, let's see if our data will synchronize. It's loading. So our BI is synchronizing. As you can see, it's getting the data ready. So in Power BI, it's not going to take too much, up to maybe maximum of a minute. Then it's going to automatically synchronize to our Power BI template. So this is all what we need to understand when it comes to using VBA code. As I said, I'm going to load Excel file link, the test file link of the VBA code. Then you can be able to make use of it if you want. It's up to you for practice. If you understand this method, by the time you become qualified data analysis, and when you start working with large data set, you'll be rest assured. This is it. You can see everything just similar to what we did show you in the screen capture a few minutes ago. So come for more tutorial. This is the end of our tutorial section. So also remember to watch the previous section. It's easier to understand. And that's it. That's the end of the section. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. I remain your style. Stay blessed and come for more tutorial. Bye.